There's a lot of fear among Democrats, and you've even heard Joe Biden mention it, that the president's going to cancel the election won't happen. Do you think the 2020 election will go forward and that the outcome will determine who's in the White House come January?
Yes, we're going to have the election on the date that it's scheduled, and whoever wins the Electoral College is going to be declared the winner. Now, there's a difference between abiding by the results and accepting the results. It's hard for me to imagine a defeated Donald Trump graciously conceding victory to Joe Biden. But I don't think you need to worry about the election being taken away. I think whoever wins this election will become president of the United States, and the institutions of our country are going to prove to be stronger than the politics of the moment.
Anna, let me ask you, is the issue about election tampering by Republicans, suppressing the vote, this rumor or fear that the election may not even happen, is that part of a strategy that Democrats are using to charge up their base?
No, I think absolutely. I'm aware of, and I'm in lots of strategic conversations with Democrats. No, I do. But I think there is legitimate fear, and it's very subtle though. It's like, okay, we're going to allow mail-in ballots, but you have to request it, and you need postage. Is really different than sending a ballot to everybody with postage. And in states that don't have a culture of vote by mail, where some people may distrust, it's going to affect turnout, and it's going to disproportionately hurt Democratic voters. That's my concern. But it's subtle. It's very, Governor X can say, "Yep, we're allowing mail-in." What's wrong with that, right? But it's the harder you make it to vote, the harder it is to vote. So, again, if we had a different president in Congress, probably there would be some kind of at least encouragement through money, at least, to have every state send people a ballot with postage. I mean, my kid doesn't even know what a mailbox is. Talk about going out to buy a stamp to put it in on a mail-in ballot. So that is my concern, is that they will reduce the number of polling places because of coronavirus in certain states. They'll make vote by mail available, but it'll be harder than it should be, and that will hurt Democrats. And that is, we are thinking very hard about what do we need to do in terms of educating people about vote by mail and making it easier for them to vote by mail by educating them how to get a ballot, all that kind of stuff. But the notion that, look, I am scared that Trump's not going to accept it. I agree with Vin. I can't see a Roberts court deciding not to certify the election, but I'm concerned that he's not going to accept it, and his supporters, and there's going to be violence, and that there's going to be chaos, and governing is going to be very hard, and that already our democratic norms have taken a big hit in the last 4 years, and that they're going to erode even more. The notion of a peaceful transition is like the foundation of the stability of our country, and for that to not be sort of an assumption is terrifying.
I have to say, I think Anna is right about that. And I've said, I don't think Trump would graciously concede and his supporters would be alienated, and that would be a bad thing. On the other hand, declaring in advance that the Trump campaign is going to win by voter suppression and Russian interference means it's not likely that if Trump wins, the other side is going to accept it either. So there has to be some effort to say to people on both sides of the aisle, look, there's no such thing anywhere in the world as a perfect election. But we do it better here than anybody else, and the election is going to be legitimate, and the outcome needs to be respected.